What's up, everyone? Merry NJ08 here with a What's on My iPhone video. As you remember, about a week ago, I did a What's on My iPad video, and a lot of people seemed interested in seeing, which ones do I take on the road with me with my phone. Of course, a lot of the same, and a lot of different ones, and actually, a lot of ones that you would rather have on your phone than your iPad. So it is a little different. But for the most part, I have a lot of the same ones. Some less, some more. So we're actually going to go through each page pretty quickly. And I'm going to actually show you off some apps that I think people would be interested in, like I did with the iPad one. And we're going to go through a couple of them. And just basically which ones do I use on a daily basis or most of the time when I'm out. Okay, so, alright, of course now you have your first screen, your standard fare, pretty obvious. Okay, pretty much which ones I use the most. Facebook, I use a lot. I use the basic standard Twitter app, blah blah blah, all that. YouTube. Here's an interesting one that I use. I'm going to show you this folder, Utilities. I customized this a little bit from what the default apps came with. Okay, first we have, just like I had on the iPad, we have TeamViewer, which is a virtual remote desktop that I can access to help people with PC problems when I'm on the road, I'm not at the office. I could take control over a person's mouse, help them with a problem, show them how to do something in, say, Microsoft Office or Photoshop or whatever. If somebody has a virus problem and they need help. TeamViewer, I use that a lot. That's a pretty good one that I like to use. Evernote is a fantastic app. It's one of my all-time apps. I talked about it on the iPad. I install on all my machines, easy access to all my apps, all my notes. I love it. I mean, I use it as a backup to store all my reminders that I think I normally would forget. You could also add pictures if you see a recipe or you see a dish that you like or a wine label. Everything gets saved as a note. Images, text, and also records voice for audio. Dropbox, another really good app that I use on all my machines to store files in the cloud. I back up a lot of images that way. I back up a lot of text files, and then any computer that I'm on, I can access my Dropbox account and access all my files. That's really good, and this is actually one of my most helpful apps here, is the flashlight app. I'll show you. You switch the... There you go. Great at night when you come home and, you stumble over the couch or something like Dick Van Dyke. You got your flashlight app. Very handy app. Like that a lot. It does makes your iPhone hot, and it does drain your battery, so use it sparingly if you can. You can also turn the dial here and make it a strobe, like you're at a Marilyn Manson concert. Okay, that's a free app with ads, or you can pay for it to get rid of the ads. Doesn't bother me much. Let's see what else. Then we have our photography apps. We have, let's see, Photoshop Express, which is a little Photoshop on the go to do your, exposure adjustments and whatnot. It's a nice app. Instagram, the one and only Instagram. Use that every day. Love that app. Camera Plus is a really good photography app. I actually use this more than the standard one that comes with the phone. You have a little thing on here called Lightbox. You can take your pictures right with this app, save them, and then bring them right into the editor, and there's tons of filters and effects you could do to your images. Really nice, even nice HDR stuff, for those of you that like that kind of stuff. Sepia, you could have black and white. Very good app. Camera Plus. True HDR, Toon Paint, we went over that on the iPad. Filter Storm, another really good app. Retouch, which is a good cloning app. If you have something in the image and you want to get rid of it, you could clone it out. It's actually very good. It uses like a content-aware fill, almost like Photoshop would use. Light Track, this is a really, really good app. Nice to take on the road with me, especially on the job. Tells you the direction of the sun, the sunset. It tells you the moon. It tells you the angle, everything you need to know, especially when you're out there taking portraits and whatnot, and you want to know what the direction of the sun is. It's actually a very useful app for photographers. It's pretty neat. It does a lot of things. I'd have to make a review just of that app. Okay, then we have a little photography folder here with some stuff. Artify, Project 365, Word Photo. It's kind of a neat. It makes a picture out of words. Paper camera is kind of neat. Zombie booth. Okay, then we got our games. We got all our Angry Birds. We got Farmville. Flight Control. Doodle Jump is kind of neat. You all know this one, don't you? Come on. Love this app. Sometimes I'm on the train. You know, I want to play some Doodle Jump. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is so fun. You know what? Never mind. I'm just going to keep playing this if you don't mind. Alright, well, you get the idea. There's Doodle Jump. This is kind of neat. Pocket Pond. Kind of like a tranquil thing, you know? You're done, you know, you had a crazy hectic day, or you just got off of Ozfest. Nice peaceful app. Kind of like a screensaver, like flying toasters. Remember that one? Cut the Rope, Bookworm. Okay, let's see what we got here. Flipboard. Great app. I showed it over on the iPad. Drums, I showed that one. Shiny Drum. Oh, Shiny Drums is the one I have on here. This one's kind of neat. Fun drum app. iHeartRadio. A piano app. Sound Drop. Okay, got my some alarm apps. All kinds of stuff here. Some more tweet apps. TweetDeck. Twitterific. Superfood HD. I got some ghost hunting apps. Gotta have them. Wave Alarm. Living Earth is neat. I got tons of folders here with miscellaneous stuff. There's my tool folder. Okay, other stuff. Just a little bit of a mix. You can take a look at it. Some weather apps. Some sports apps. Some news apps. Urban Spoon there. What else we got here? We got a handy level app. We got a lighter. When we go see Godsmack, we got to put our lighters up. Okay, we got a dog whistle for the neighbor. Other stuff. What else do we got? Yep, Steven Tyler app. Gotta have that. Craigslist app. App Smart. That's a good app. Tells you what apps are free and what not. Kind of like AppsFire that I showed off on the iPad. Okay. Oh yeah, we have our Kindle app for our Kindle books. Oh, this is a neat app. This is kind of like the Pocket Pond, but this is a very tranquil, very beautiful app. Look at this. Look at that. It's like rain falling into your screen. With the tranquility of musical notes. Very nice. Love that app. Puts me to sleep at night sometimes. That and the new God of War. Let's see. Browsers. We got some browsers here. Skyfire, which is an HTML-enabled browser. Cloud Browse, which you could actually browse a virtual desktop browser with Flash. Opera, one called Dolphin. There's a few miscellaneous ones. They all pretty much do the same thing. We got our beer app here. Love this app. So much fun. Always bring this when I'm partying, you know? You know what I mean? Pretend you're drinking it. It's apple juice, by the way. It's not beer, it's apple juice. I don't condone that stuff. Alright, now, what else do we got? Google, which is really good app. That's Tweetbot. That's that other Twitter app I really like. SoundHound. Oh, love me some SoundHound. It's awesome. You know, you ever hear a song on the radio or wherever and you don't know what song it is, it tells you the artist, tells you what album it's off of. Of course, we got Pandora, and then we have our barcode scanner app, which is a really good app. Got another lighter app, a Facebook Messenger, Atomic Web, which is another browser that I also showed off on the iPad, another flashlight app, Adobe Reader, eBay, a couple shopping apps, of course your newsstand where I keep my magazines. What magazines do I even have on here? Oh, Revolver, yeah. I think it was the Pantera issue. Google Chrome, Words with Friends, love that one. Text Plus, I use that with some of my cousins. iVoice, actual authenticator that I use for the Battle.net server when I play Diablo, because there's a lot of hackers on there, you know. Fun stuff. Beatbot, I showed that off on the iPad. Squeagle, I think I showed that one off. A wallpaper app. More games. Motorcycle games, basketball games, pinball games, Chuzzle. Mahjong apps. Bejeweled, Bejeweled 2, Jelly Car, Tap Tap Revolution. I think that's all of them, right? Yeah. Oh, Hotels, another Christmas edition of Doodle Jump, Pickup Sticks, Mustache app, Wooly Willy, used to love that as a kid, with the magnets. Remember that app? All Trails, I take on with me when I'm traveling, when I'm hiking through the mountains. What else? Some of my newer apps. I would think I went over a lot of these on the iPad, so I'm not going to really go over them here. Here's an Alarm HD. I use that a lot. My Neat stuff. Some Christmas apps for the holidays. EMF detectors when I'm out ghost hunting with the crew. Black Friday app when we go shopping. Some more games. Sonic Jump, which is a really nice game. Rayman Run. Jungle Run, I went over that on the iPad. Bubble Mania. So, yeah, you know, a lot of the same stuff. You got your passport book. Here's one that I actually skipped over. I want to go back. I'm just realizing it now. It's Foursquare. I'm sure you've heard of it, but it's a fun little app. It's kind of addicting. I mean, it's more for fun, if anything. However, it keeps track of all your friends that are on Foursquare, and you can check into places that you go to. And you get points, and then if you check in there enough, you could become mayor, and you're in competition with your friends on a leaderboard. But on a more serious note, what you can do is some places like McDonald's and whatnot actually have Foursquare check-ins where when you check in, you could get promotional codes. You could get, one time I went to Quick Check up in Jersey, and I got a free coffee. One time I got a discount at McDonald's, so you can actually get promotional codes. I think Radio Shack had something going on at one point, and it keeps a leaderboard of all your friends, and you could get points for checking in. You could check in pretty much anywhere, even your own house. You know, you could set things to private. You could tweet your Foursquare check-in. You could put up a Facebook post of a Foursquare check-in. It's just a fun app. Thought maybe you'd like to check that out if you haven't heard from it. It's free. Okay, and that is it. That is pretty much what I have on my iPhone. I got a lot more, but it would take forever to go through them all. But those are the ones that I use most, and I do change them out every so often. I do switch them, because my iTunes library is pretty big. It's about 4,000 apps, so I do switch them. And I'm always on the, you know, I'm a software nut. I love looking for new stuff, new apps, free, paid, whatever. So there it is. That's what's on my iPhone. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon.